I think I would have to go back to childhood, really, because I always used to take time out and go to a place near my house. In fact, it was a cemetery. It was a bit of an escape for wellness, if you like. It gave me a sense of peace. It gave me a sense of feeling one and whole and wonderment. That was a very important part of my creative life, being sustained with that sense of wonder. I soon began to realize that in that space of childhood, in that favorite place of mine, it had different dimensions. So I would think about what was around me that I loved. And in that place, it was amazing trees, some really tall trees, some smaller ones, and I'd have to walk through sometimes a bit of unkempt bush to get there with grass that was fairly long and things like that. So there was that connectivity to the earth, if you like. So the physical world. And then this was a place I used to sometimes bring friends to the cemetery. It used to be a favorite visiting place. So, all right, let's go out to the cemetery. So that, I realized, was a second layer. It wasn't just the physical connection, it was that relational connection. But there was something more than that still. There was like magic moments that would happen when you were in those special places. And how to describe that, I don't know, but like in an instant, you could be transported to a different world. Then the word spirit came into being, because what do you call this? Spirit was a difficult word to use because it had so many connotations for different people. It's almost like you're trying to capture that sense of wonder, that sense of joy, that sense of peace, and bring it down into your everyday work. Coming back to that original place from a long time ago, that place had those multi-dimensions. And I saw that as so important to sustainability. If you don't have spirit, you don't have life. And if you don't have life, you don't have sustainability. Because sustainability is about life as we know it. We are trying to sustain life as we know it. You get these wonderful legends of sustainability. And of course, we go back to Rachel Carson. It was her motivation, it was her drive, it was the power of her story that created a whole generation of change. But I would surmise that Rachel Carson also had moments in wonderment, going to places that she loved, listening to the bird calls. It is the spirit, again, which is the key behind Rachel Carson's love of nature, her desire to maintain the sustainability of nature and to keep life as we know it going on. And it was her fight that was a tremendous fight. And we've got so many other examples through the years. My other favorite one is Thomas Berry. And in his book, The Great Work, he talks about the field that he went to, the lily field. And he says his vision in life, if you like, was very simple, because he felt magic when he saw that field. He says it suddenly, he saw this and it was just all perfect. It suddenly, he was beholden in this wonderful space. And that's what we talk about when you have those 5 dimensions happening. The physical world, how he related to that, it was his family place where he went on holidays, etc. And it was that sense of wonderment. And he said his sense of being was actually quite simple. It was whatever enhanced that space, that place, was good. and whatever destroyed that place was bad. Those elements make me think back to favorite places. Taking time to spend time in nature. And at Trillion Trees it's wonderful because you can just walk around the site, and you've got the river at the back, and there's more than 100 trees on the site, and you know, there's all of that. But it's so important to take the time outside, and to even have meetings that are more involved in the open space. I love it that my work is involved with nature, and even if it wasn't, I would try to find a way to bring it in. And I think everyone should, because even in the office space, if you start to create nature there, or some link to nature in the way you work, I think that is so important, because it's the detachment from nature that makes us not aware of what we are doing to the planet that is actually hurting it, which in turn hurts us. For me, nature itself is all-encompassing. It is the universe, it is closer at hand, but nature seems to have the ability to beckon us to connect with it. So in whatever we do, I think we need to get close to nature, get to be part of it, and never forget that. And I think that's almost a sense of the spirit within nature as well. Take your mind to a favorite place. It can be now, or it can be in your childhood. Go there as though you are in that place now. Mentally, just take yourself there. Transport yourself there. And first, imagine what is surrounding you in that place. The textures, the colors, the forms. What are you standing on? What is around you? Take it all in as though you could paint a picture with it. Now, stay in that favorite place. And this time, think of who goes with you to that favorite place. Is it your dog? Is it friends? Do you go on your own? Maybe that place evokes memories for you of people who used to go to that place before in the past with you. Or it could be a rock in that place. It could be a tree that you feel, wow, I am back home because I'm here in this place. Now take yourself to something has happened. Maybe it's a glint of sunlight through the trees or a bit of breeze, and you're suddenly transported to this wonderful place of bliss, of peace, of wonderment. So I ask people to think in terms of their favorite place with all those different, I call it the 5 dimensions of place or community. So 3-dimensional world, the physical world, the 4th dimension being the relational, and the 5th dimension I refer to universal wonderment. Whatever you would like to call it. All 3 levels have spirit, but the level of the 5th dimension needs to be nurtured. We need to have more time in that so it can actually travel down the other dimensions and infuse our entire life and work.